Oh, they'll be calling you a radical. So it's Light the Night. Right now it's been canceled, the event, 10 years. I've been to it every year since I got leukemia. It'll be 10 years on the 13th that I got sick and was given 2 months to live. So as you know, Light the Night, we have a survival circle. We have a mourner circle. We have a cancer fighter circle. My dad died of acute belastic leukemia in the prime of his life, nuked to death in the Nevada test site. Michael Cloud has passed away. One right there, both of them, this week. So, the name of the great Marshall Jensen. I got this one in San Diego, Pacific Beach in La Jolla. Well, I actually got it in PB. So, we light our survival circle, a very hallowed moment, very emotional. It's very sad that it's been canceled for the last 2 years. It's virtual. So I got my candle. All survivors. All mourners. To the fighters. Right across the road, little Charlie, my nephew, has neuroblastoma. He's 3. Make-A-Wish gave him a horse. He's doing good. He's been in primaries. Little Mia, my grandson's little sister, she's 5. She's fighting ALL right now. Walking our circle. I really miss that event. It's so emotional. They do it right at sunset. It's so beautiful. We used to do it at Sugar House. Perfect, right? The old prison. We do it right there at the library. It's so emotional. You get to see Carla's husband. Kevin and Carla Hennessy. Got a flock of ducks. There's hope. Is that really at sunset? There's been none? Yes, I just saw a flock of mallards. Here they come. Here they come. See them? That's the first flock I've seen all year of mallards at sunset. This is the Great Salt Lake on the marsh right here. Right now, storm, as you can see, has just moved through. It's got cold. As you can see, my whole life, I've been here my whole life. It's October. That's the flyway. Oh, do they move in there right now by the thousands. Nothing. What a 10 years. So, what a 10 years. If I can make it 4 more days, Of course, my daughter says, because I went into the bone marrow transplant at East State, LDS, on 11/11/11. Yep. He says, that's the date. 10 years. I'll be the first one he knows of, he said. Maybe the first one in the world. AML de Nuvo, which is leukemia that presents in tumors, with a marker this high that makes the 10-year mark willingly without a transplant. Now, Brian Morris did it, but his came back after 9 years. He had a transplant. It didn't work, but he got a booster from the University of Utah. He's alive. We were going to meet down there, but not meant to be, right? They did the right thing by canceling and doing virtual. How can people that are fighting cancer go? Their neutrophils are 0. It's like the mask wearing thing. All of us with leukemia fight, nothing new to us, right? I've been wearing a mask for 10 years, off and on, mostly on. No biggie to us. We know what it means to have a compromised immune system. So, here we go. Nice. I started flipping the can and going through my yoga circle and my meditation thing in Memory Grove with my tree, walking about like this. I weighed 119 pounds. I'd go all the way down in Memory Grove when I could get out, or the Capitol, fight with them. I started the flipping the can for the dynamics of the fight. It's such a dynamic fight. The stretching, the intensity, the erotica. Boy, I experimented, I tried it all. That's what fighting cancer is. Fighting leukemia is such a dynamic fight. Your mind has to be sharp, on fire, while it's doing one thing, while the body's doing a completely other. It's that dynamic of a fight. Look like the Utes. The BYU today. Never missed it. I look back on it. You can play back through the videos. I used to put so much work into those. Flipping the can thousands of times for years. I never missed it once. That's what leukemia is. No mistakes. Right? That's our line in the bone marrow transplant centers. No nukes. No mistakes. I didn't choose just to fight for the cure. I'm all for that. I fight the cause. The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Thank you, everybody, supported this historic fight. Where's your bat? Oh, there it is. One flock of ducks. Buster Posey off the wall. So irony, last night I'm doing that video and talking about my counts weren't recovering. They used experimental chemo on me. I had the Nuvo, no chance. Boy, they put a lot of work into me. Thank you, Vincent Hansen. Thank you, Fimbo Peterson. Thank you, Julie Ash. Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Uda. Thank you, Dr. Ford. Thank you, Dr. Collado. Thank you, Dr. Connors. Split me open, pour me out. My gallbladder went. My heart valve went. Had open heart surgery. My teeth are going. I'm very grateful to be alive. And to everybody who's lost loved ones, they don't lose their fight. The fight is the life. They don't lose their fight. They do not lose their fight. They do not lose their fight. And we need to stop saying that. They don't lose. They don't lose. Talking about Buster Posey, I'm not recovering. 2012, I'm in the unit. So they bone marrow bossed me again for the umpteenth time. We're waiting for results. I'm in there watching the TV and watching the game, and the Giants are down 2-0. Lost first two at home. Playing the Reds in Cincinnati. They're losing. Buster Posey off the wall. He stayed on it. Sad. They come back and won. Then they win the next one in Cincinnati. Went home and win Game 5. Then they go against Cincinnati. They're down 3-1. They come back and win the World Series 2012. So I'm talking about last night. So irony. Buster Posey hasn't hit a home run in the playoffs since 2012. First inning. Why I'm talking about it as it happened. That's the leukemia fight, right? See who do it again tonight. I held that one off. He's still alive. I'm still alive. We get 3 strikes. I remember telling Fimbo in that unit, I can guarantee you one thing, I'm not going to take a called 3rd strike. I'm going down swinging. And I've had that philosophy the whole time. It takes me. They're going to have to strike me out. I'm not going to get freaking dead on a called 3rd strike. Out of here. No way. He says, I could buy you maybe 2-3 years life guarantee, you know, with different type of rate. We can take a chance. It's a long shot. But I think maybe. What do you think, Kev? All in. Nice. Got to load the bases before you can hit a grand slam. What a fight. What a journey. Everybody that lost their lives that I was friends with, so many of them. The mourners, the family members. Cancer rips soul out of them. But my dad died of it in the prime of his life. I never got over it. When Annika died, I watched them load them both in the body bag. My life has changed forever. So leukemia does. It's evil. It's vicious. Blood cancer. What else do you do but fight back? You got to load the bases before you can hit a grand slam. You got to load the bases. It's a lot of work. Thank you to all the great Weber State nurses, those slick nurses, those PAs in there. Melanie, Whitney, my personal nurse, those doctors. Everybody supported this fight. In the name of everybody who lost their fight, they don't lose the fight. Everybody who fought the good fight. Carter Hennessy, Kevin and Carla. Shed AML to Nuvo 2. Marshall Jensen. Nancy Peterson. Judy, who I went to elementary school with right here, Tracy. Dana, her brother. I don't know what else you do besides fight back. I really don't. I'm a mourner. I know what it feels like. I was like this with my father. My uncle, who I was like this with, just passed away this week. I know what it feels like. I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I sleep with it. The irony is, this candle, I just came home one night, years and years ago, and was on my porch with a little note. It's a little simple handwritten note. I don't know who left it. An angel. Had an angel with me the whole time. Been right there with me the whole time. Out of here. Gotta load the bases before you can hit a grand slam. I go through this routine, this meditation routine. A lot of people have seen it. I call it angry yoga. I have a prayer I say every day. All us cancer fighters, as victims, as mourners. Though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil. He lays down in dried out, burned out fucking pastures where the sun has scorched us. This hot, heat, nasty bubble of the last decade. The fires. He anoint our heads with dead gray well, humpback well, washed up, starved to death, the Great Pacific Genocide oil. He gagged me. Walk along that coast of California in the dark of night with the platelets. I remember in the hospital. I'm going to go to California and walk the coast. Platelet counts of 38. Doctor says, you'll die out there. Yeah, I know. Simple said, you got nothing to lose. Well, I remember being freaking in airports. I remember sleeping in sleep bags, thinking I was going to freeze to death, thinking I was going to starve to death. I got kicked off Medicaid in 2015. Likely sent all our money back while I was in the unit. We just watch you, Kev, at this point. It's been hardcore. I couldn't do it again. I hope I never have to. There's no freaking fight more hallowed, more spiritual, no fight on earth more intense, more radical, more vicious, more heartbreaking, more spiritual, more overwhelming, more uplifting than the fight against blood cancer. We have AML, the Nuvo, OS. Can't survive it, right? Go back to the '88 home run, the Braves won. Glenn Hubbard, I used to play with, was on the field for the A's. I always go back to that Kirk Gibson home run. There's no chance. He can't even walk. They're down. Eckersley's on the mound. Lasorda from Ogden, Utah calls him up. Strike. They're one strike away. They're going to lose game one. They ain't looking good. He can't even walk. Got your camera. Believe what I just lived in the last 10 years. Hang in there, everybody. Fight on. The fight is alive. I fight for her, the mighty blue lady, the sea, the ecology. She fights for we. It's all about the people that passed in front of us. So I tell everybody that attacks me viciously, nuclear energy crime syndicate, everybody that's one after me, you're no match for me. Those angels, the nuclear energy crime syndicate, the radio roundup, the earth poisoning, hair-sprayed masquerade party freaks that they murder, those angels, you're no match for them. They watch out for me. Don't give up. Don't give up. Fight to your last breath. Fight matters. Live or die. It's all about that fight.